Well, first at 5:30, the death of a teen in Adams County has shaken the community to its core. Storms swept through Mississippi overnight, causing tremendous amounts of damage and tragedy. And 12 News' Tia McKenzie has reactions from friends and family as they try to move forward.
Hundreds of power outages and fallen trees are what's left behind from overnight storms that ripped through the Magnolia State Saturday. Tears fill the eyes of those who knew 18-year-old Takiria Rogers, a senior at Natchez High School who was set to graduate in May.
And she was a cheer captain, and this was her senior year, yeah, this affected a lot of us.
Rogers was described as an outgoing, kind spirit. Her life was taken after a tree fell on her home on the 1500 block of Westwood in Natchez.
So all of our emergency law enforcement, fire, police, EMS, and of course emergency management responded to the call. They had 2 residents in a home as well that were injured, and they were able to get out safely.
Crews are working to restore power to nearly 5,000 people impacted.
Family, friends, and neighbors have banded together to begin cleanup efforts and make sense of this tragic incident.
Adams County Emergency Management says they are providing counseling services for their officers also.
She was a loving person. You couldn't help but to love her, seriously. She was the best at everything, best at dancing, anything. I would put her up against anybody to do her little TikToks.
Jasmine Buchanan asks for prayers and donations to help this family heal and push forward.
Anything, any donations, anything, because she lost everything. And the main thing that she lost was her child. And it's something you don't want to lose. You can get another house, another car, all that, but that's just the main thing. We just don't know right now.
A GoFundMe page has been set up for Rogers and her family. Reporting it.
So another young life lost tragically to an incident that could have been prevented. All the blame for this situation has to go to the city council, the township mayor, the deputy clerks, the community liaisons, the communication directors. This is sad because, here I am in Detroit and, I've seen the tree that I'm nearby. I've seen the tree just fall, twice. And I've heard it hit the ground, right? Just heard it hit the ground. Heavy tree. Every time I go under it, I make sure, I'm looking up. You know what I'm saying? I have to make sure that I look up because, the tree is dead. You touch the tree and you're afraid that, you might get stuck under it. You contact the city and say, we have a tree that is falling apart right now. Such and such, the tree needs to be removed. The city doesn't respond to it. They'll put it on the list and say, this tree has to be removed by such and such. It has to be removed then, but they never come out and remove it. So if you see someone who just happens to park a car near the tree, happen to be kids might be playing under the tree and it falls, you have to make sure that the city is the ones who are to be held responsible for it and be blamed. Politicians, they try to make it seem all the time everything is, hunky-dory. They try to make it seem like everything is fine. And it never is. You know what I mean? It never is. It never is. From crime to infrastructure, it never is. Now, had the city come out and remove this tree, this young lady will still be alive. Now that, she's lost her life and the house is damaged, now they want to come out and try to have the tree removed. You know what I mean? You all should have been done that. You all should have been done that. Like my house is underneath a dead tree, you know, and I have to make sure that I watch the tree throughout the day to make sure that it doesn't fall, you know, once on top of the house while I'm in it. You know what I mean? Like I have to make sure of that, because it doesn't matter how many times you contact the city to be like, come out and take this tree down. They won't do it. They won't do it. And like this happened in Adams County, right? I have a bunch of family down there in Adams County. A bunch of family. My father's people was down there. So like, I know like when you plant these trees, right? And you hear about, oh, a tree just fell here, a tree just fell here. These trees have been up at the same time when you go back a certain distance in a certain decade. You go back a couple decades, these trees were planted, right? They were planted at the same time. So like when I see a tree, it falls in my community, and I hear about something like this happening, I know these trees were planted around the same time. You know what I mean? So like, this is sad, man, because like this could have been prevented. And this is a large tree. A large tree. Like, there's no way that this neighborhood should have passed a city zoning code. Like, if a tree that large is over your house, no way. Like, no way should the inspector have passed the city zoning code for this area. Like, the mayor should have been held responsible, and the council members immediately. You know, and like, since she's lost her life, you know, some heads are going to roll. Some heads are going to roll. This should not have happened. You see what I'm saying? So the mother, the father, they're going to be hit with, you know, emergency causes because the house is damaged and their daughter is gone. You see what I'm saying? They have to move from the area now, because the city is going to have to react to the fact that it failed expectancy. It failed. This area failed expectancy. So my condolences go out to this family. We need to find out ways how we can help these families to make sure that they recover. We need to help the crew members that's out there, you know, who's picking up this debris. Yeah, we need to make sure that, you know, something like this doesn't happen again. You know, my eyes are on the news. My eyes are on the news because, again, like, if something like this happens again, like, it's going to become a federal a federal problem. Like, it's going to trickleate from it being a state problem to like a national problem. Like, it already is a national problem. You know what I mean? Like, the DAs are going to have to get involved, because like, who's not, like, if you put in a response to remove a tree and they say, oh, the tree is scheduled to be removed, and they never come out and remove it, or they never tell you when it's going to be removed, that is an issue. That is an issue. So I know, like, this family right here, I know this family had, you know, reported this tree before, because like a branch probably fell off it. Because I know, like, mine, right? My tree, both of the branches fell off on the other side of the tree. But the part that hasn't fell off is the one that's facing towards the house. So like, if it breaks off, it's going to hit my house and it's going to hit my neighbor's house. So like, I have to make sure that it doesn't fall on top of me. You see what I'm saying? Like these cities, they're just behind, man. Like when I go on Charlie Bo 313 channel and I just be, scrolling through looking at the videos and I see how all the streets look in America, because he drives throughout America and he shows what's going on in the videos. They're pre-uploaded videos. Charlie Bo 313. I'm just looking at them ride through the city. And you can see how these cities look. Like they're failing inspection codes all day long. You go to black communities, all inspection codes are failed. The communities look terrible. Pittsburgh, Muskegon, Saginaw, Pontiac. These cities look terrible. Ypsilanti, all these cities, they look terrible. Like, you just watch them and you just go through them and you say, what's going on with this city? New Orleans. Like, they all look like they just are failing inspection codes. So if you have asbestos in a house, or you have lead painting in the house, or you have mercury in the water or anything like that, and they try to lie and say there's nothing wrong with the water, there's nothing wrong with the paint. Here it is, you have someone popping up from a different county acting as an attorney or pro bono, and they're saying we can help you win a lawsuit in court. Just call this number. We've paid out this amount of money to this group of people. You see it all the time. You see it all the time. The stuff that's about to happen to these politicians, these families, when it comes to world courts, world adjudication, I don't want to be them. I don't want to be them. Because they've been responsible for the total half of the government, which is the people. And they failed the people miserably over and over. You see? This is sad, man. This is sad. Great peace. Yakoki.